All right, brothers, here we go. Welcome back. My name is Devin Booth. This is the Simpit, and we're here for the Simpit ARCA series broadcast. Quick recap, we have 2 minutes left to go in the qualifying before we take a look at the current standings, which you can see on your left if you want to get a peek. We ran so far this season Lanier National Speedway, Bristol Motor Speedway, and the Nashville Fairground Speedway, all of which David Clymer absolutely dominated, coming in first position in all 3 races thus far. We're now at Kentucky Speedway. I hear this one's got a little bit more pace to it, so hopefully there's some more drafting opportunities, maybe some bump draft, and we could see Clymer a little more challenged. It hasn't been easy racing for him, but at the same time, he has managed to win them all, so he's got something going on there. If we take a look at our current season standings, we have David Clymer out in front, obviously. Billy Strange is in second. He has an average start of 10th position and an average finish of 5th. He's actually doing really good. Brandon Skinner also on a trip right behind him. He has an average start of 17th, also averaging 5th for his finish. Mark Michkowski is in 4th, and Rob Melnick will round out your top 5. Again, that's the season standings. Jerry Watson is in 6th, Jesse Fox for 7th, Jeremy McLam for 8th, Joe Hildinger for 9th, and David Blair rounding out the top 10. The rest of the series goes as follows. Thomas Dudek for 11th, Wayne Roberts, Bobby Johnson, Sean Cole, and Brandon Carl will bring you back to 15th. Francis Dionisio, Tony Morano Jr., Tyson Landis, Joey Trungale, and Damon Robinson bring you back to 20th. For the last 4 drivers on the field, we have Kenneth Eastep, Matt Wagner, Andrew White, and Lonnie Jameson, some of which have missed a couple of races, and we are currently just starting off in the beginning of the season, so we might see some of those guys start to climb as time goes on. Actually, I should say we are not just starting off. There's only 4 races done, but we're actually about halfway through at the end of this race. We will be done halfway through. And I believe there's a week break, so be prepared for that. Before we get started, if you guys would be so kind as type in !multi, you guys can get the link for both the channels. Currently, I believe I have KA Sim Racing in there. Sorry about that. Just delete that from the link when you post or when you click it, and it opens in your browser, and that will make it so that you have just Sean Cole in his in-car perspective as well as us over here. All right, here we go. The guys are lining up. We're getting ready for the pace lap here. Our top 15 is as follows. David Clymer in first, Joe Hildinger for second, Mark Michkowski in third, Thomas Dudek and Billy Strange rounding out your top 5, Brandon Skinner in 6th, Wayne Roberts, Chris Generelli, David Blair, Rob Melnick, Tony Morano Jr., Brandon Carl, Jeremy McLam, Bobby Johnson, and Damon Robinson bring us back to the 15th position. Let's take a quick look at chat. For those of you guys that don't know, we do stream these, of course, live. Sweet Speed, welcome. Thanks for coming to hang out, buddy. Rooting for the 69. Of course, always root for Giggities. Gotta love it. And Tom Jones calling it for Jesse Fox being the beast that comes from the behind to win the race. We'll have to see what happens. Anything is possible. The flag is currently green. We will see that jump, I believe, here soon enough. We should see these guys pulling off. Let's get ourselves all fully situated here. This is your last chance. If you guys want to run to the washroom, grab a drink, snack, or what have you, the race will be commencing soon enough. All right, my final checks are done. They're pulling out, and the pace car is in the lead. Kentucky Speedway once again looking to see a heck of a race. Just a quick note about last week. Once again, I wanted to apologize for being sick. The show was not as good. I'm still a little bit under the weather, but well on the mend. I'm sure you can hear it a small amount in my voice, but I'm actually feeling really well. Pardon the slate sounding off, we're actually doing pretty good today. Hopefully you guys do well. Hopefully you guys enjoy the cast today. We got ourselves one heck of a race ready to go. And again, Simpit Live at twitch.tv is also streaming this broadcast. Currently, we're running from the back of the back. Pace car is in. David Clymer ready to start the pace. Here we go, as they say. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing. David Clymer setting it off. Here he goes. Joe Hildinger and Mark Michkowski sticking side by side in behind. There's our top three immediately getting a gap, but again, this track is quite a bit larger. We could see the draft coming into effect. Let's keep our eyes on the prize for now. David Clymer starting off pretty well. Mark Michkowski right in close behind him, followed about closely behind by Joe Hildinger. A quick little double check here. Here we are. Everything's looking good. Sorry, I had to double check my overlays. One of my overlays is a little bit off to the side for some reason. There was an update. And that's fine. Mark Michkowski on the inside with the pass forward to the top position right off the bat. David Clymer probably looking to cold his tires. Joe Hildinger also getting the pass on Clymer there. Definitely getting a lot of speed with the draft. Going to be having to watch this. This should be a pretty good battle. Mark Michkowski in the number 18 car. Hasn't won a race this one, but dominated all other oval seasons up until this point. Is now in the lead. Joe Hildinger in the 25 following closely behind, and David Clymer right in behind him. Get a closer look at the paint jobs, and we'll scroll back through the field for a moment. Thomas Dudek in 4th position, and Billy Strange is currently holding down 5th, both where they started. Wayne Roberts up 1 is sitting in 6th position. Brandon Skinner in 7th. David Blair for 8th. Tony Morano Jr. for 9th, and we have a battle for 10th position as we scroll back. Chris Generelli, Brandon Carl, and it looks like Bobby Johnson as well. All going to be fighting there. Looking good. As we scroll back, there's our man Sean Cole, up 2 from the start in 16th thus far. Kenny Eastep, Damon Robinson. There's that Jesse Fox. In a golf cart today? Interesting. Get that 69 going. Buggity, buggity, buggity. Andrew White bringing up the rear. Here we go, back to the leaders. Let's make sure nothing's happened. Not just yet, but they are close enough that we looks like Joe should be able to get the run. Should be a much more interesting race if these guys decide to play it that way. It all depends on how patient they are, though, I suppose, and how the lines hold for these guys. Here at Kentucky Speedway, once again, we're here for the Simpit Oval Series. This is the ARCA season. One would call it the Simpit ARCA Series, I believe, this season. Mark Michkowski put this together for us, so big old thanks to Mark for setting it all up. And he is definitely doing his best, currently, to win this race. We have 85 laps here today, so it's not the 150, but it is a larger track, so we will see just as much racing. Up on the outside, Joe Hildinger manages to make it stick. Looking good. Nice clean pass there. Mark Michkowski locking it down in 2nd at the moment. I would imagine not wanting to fight too hard, not wanting to let Clymer get into that battle. Joe Hildinger with a pretty good lead at the moment. David Clymer, he's sniffing Mark's boo-boo, but he's got Thomas Dudek also running right behind. And I see Billy Strange, Wayne Roberts, and Skinner are all very close as well. Clymer looking to the inside. Does he have the run? Doesn't seem to be so. Dropping back a small amount. Maybe he just came off the corner a little differently. Looking like he's doing pretty good holding up behind them, sniffing that draft. Looking good, looking good. Joe Hildinger now leading with a good bit. Around 132, 868 to 33s of his competitors on that last lap. Everybody in the top 5 fighting and fighting and slowing him down. That's just going to let Joe run away. Mark Michkowski and David Clymer still battling for the podium. Looks like David's looking down on the inside. Michkowski holding strong up top, though, and I think he has a solid line. Does manage to hold it down, gets a fine exit, isn't going to give it back on the defense. Did Clymer actually hit the wall? He did indeed. That is not a net code. Dudek now making a move on the inside. Thomas Dudek up to 3rd position now. Everybody in the podium up 1, Clymer down 3. As Dudek looks to hold that position, but he don't think he's going to manage to do it. David Clymer on the outside, strong. Managing to keep that podium, is not going to lose it. Ain't no wall's going to stop David Clymer. He's got his wall riding rim on today. Let's take a quick look at our standings thus far. Again, we're on lap 8 of 85 for this one. Getting ready to come to a close now on lap 9. Joe Hildinger currently holding the lead up 1 position from his start. Mark Michkowski in 2nd. David Clymer down 2 to 3rd, but we'll see what he can do with pits and stuff. We've seen him do some crazy things in the other races. Thomas Dudek currently in 4th position. Billy Strange is rounding into top 5. Wayne Roberts, Brandon Skinner, David Blair, Tony Morano Jr., and Rob Melnick bring you back to 10th position. We scroll back just another couple here. I can get you your top 15. There we are. Brandon Carl, Bobby Johnson, Chris Generelli, Jeremy McLam, and Sean Cole sneaking up into the top 15 for 3 positions gained. This battle here between Mark and Clymer seems to be the one to watch. Joe Hildinger just continuously running away with it at the moment. Mark is doing his best to keep Clymer behind, and this track is big enough we might not see any cautions. They're driving pretty good thus far. We've seen some good racing. We've seen some door-to-door. Even when we scrolled back there for the 10th position, we were seeing some fighting between 4 of them. And we have yet to see a caution yet. I hesitate to say there will be none, but I will say there is a potential. Well, let's keep our fingers crossed. We have a green flag run. 11 laps of 85, now down. And we are still watching Joe Hildinger with an awesome lead here. Mark Michkowski, David Clymer battling behind Dudek. I think just happy to hold the draft there in 4th position at the moment. Billy Strange has been moving his way up, though, and we've got ourselves a little bit of a shakeup going here. I believe that's number 47 of Wayne Roberts up on the outside. David Blair getting up on in here in 8th position now, trying to make himself some moves. Wayne Roberts trying to settle himself back in behind Brandon Skinner there in 6th position in the 959. Skinner again doing real well this season. Decided to quali on this one, not starting from the back, holding down that 6th position strong. 47 of Wayne Roberts looking to do a little over-under. Does he have the run? It looks like he's got a pretty good one, but not enough. Ends up socketing in between Brandon Skinner and Dave Blair. Breaking up the love story. A quick moment to take a look at chat. Thank you, Sweet Speed. I appreciate you for the subscription. Very much appreciated. Sorry that we don't have notifications on these ones. Just trying to not clutter up the YouTube streams. But I do appreciate it. Thank you very much for the subscription. And thanks, brother. Also take a moment to say hi to De Silva. Thanks, Silva. Hope you're well. And with that said, take a quick look at our top 15 once again. Joe Hildinger holding the lead. Oh, actually, before we get into that, we have ourselves a battle. Dave Clymer looking for the inside on Mark Michkowski. Michkowski and Clymer side by side as we come across to the start-finish line. Looks like it's going to be Clymer finishing in 2nd for that lap. He drops back immediately. Can he hold it as we come through 1 and 2? Clymer down low, but we know that Mark has a good line on that outside. Depending on how the tires are feeling, he might be able to keep it. They are still side by side, racing hard. Michkowski and Clymer, buggity, boys. They are racing down the back stretch. Clymer still on the inside, not losing it yet. Michkowski might opt to drift in behind, not wanting to lose too much time on the leader. All going to depend on how he's deciding to play this, but he is keeping his nose up close. Tight to the wall there. Next to Clymer, still on the outside, still holding that run. What an excellent battle as Clymer looks to get himself up into 2nd position. Here we go, lap 15 of 85. These guys are fighting hard. Thinking it's probably only going to be a 1 pit stop on this one, depending on how the fuel works out. I mean, if you get stuck out of draft, it could end up getting you into a bad position. Clymer still holding down on the inside. Thomas Dudek, I'd imagine, looking for something at this point. If these guys start to make a mistake, and even with them holding it up, maybe you can use both the draft swing slot right on by them. But look at that, Michkowski still holding the outside like an absolute legend as we come around. That's 16 laps now. 2 laps, these guys have been side by side, racing it hard. Michkowski still on the outside, in through 1 and 2. On the back stretch, see if Clymer manages to get that run. I think he's got it on this one. It's hard to say, though. We're going to have to watch. No, he does not. Mark has an excellent exit. Still holding strong on the outside. He must be diamonding off that. Yeah, you see it right there. He pulls in a little bit tighter through the corner. He diamonds it off really well. Looking good. Mark Michkowski, an absolute legend on the outside. Joe Hildinger just cruising on up front there, but these guys are still running similar times, even with Hildinger not battling. This goes to show, I suppose, how different this track can be depending on which line you take. You can be just as quick on the upper or the lower. You just have to be comfortable in it. And Clymer has that bottom line down. But Michkowski, strong on the outside. Still side by side. Coming to a close on lap 18 of 85. Look at these two go. I always say that Brandon Skinner and David Blair have a love story, but damn, Mark and Clymer are putting it on today. Clymer holding it strong still, but again, Michkowski high and just flying up there. There he is on that back straight, almost getting ahead of him again. Looks like Clymer's starting to want to hold the outside a little bit. Even get a bit of a different picture on this. Yeah, Climber's starting to pull a little bit higher. He gets that block on him right as we switch to cameras. Now he's going to hold down low. Does he manage to keep Mark off? Does Mark decide to stay behind? How's it going to work out? Mark's got that draft now. Do they push maybe? Do they go for getting up to Joe? I mean, Mark could try to pass him later. It all depends on how things go, right? I imagine Climber was just kind of getting tired of getting stuck behind him. Climber's got a hell of a run. He tends to take them. Mark Michkowski, real close behind. Looking real good with these two fighting. Get a little bit closer on the camera. Alright, looks like we have a lull in the action. Everything seems to be okay. Let's actually do one of these cameras, and then I can take a look at the top 15, but we can keep an eye on those two in case they jump side by side again. Once again, we are here with the Simpit ARCA series broadcast. Thank you guys for coming to hang out. I appreciate you in the Twitch lands, of course. And those of you guys watching on Simpit Live, or sorry, on youtube.com/SimpitCrew, you take a moment to drop a like, hit subscribe for these guys. These guys are racing their absolute balls off, doing a damn good job for putting on the show for the guys this week. It's looking good, and I'm enjoying it so far. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it with me, and I much appreciate you guys for showing the support for the crew. If you guys don't know, Sean Cole does the Simpit channel. He also has a Simpit Crew channel over here where we upload crew stuff. In particular, you guys will see the Simpit rally stuff out of me, some stuff out of Dave Blair, out of Forza, Gran Turismo, all kinds of different things. Blair just likes to do some awesome stuff every now and again. He's just doing some random series and iRacing even this weekend. It's great content. Love to see it. Starting to put a little bit more stuff over there, so if you guys would be so kind to help support it, we would appreciate it. Taking a look at our top 15 here for 22nd lap now of 85 here at Kansas. Is this Kentucky? Yeah, make sure you get your words right, boo. Here at Kentucky Speedway, Joe Hildinger in first, doing extremely well. Starting to have a little bit of a teleport moment there, though. David Climber in second, Mark Michkowski in third, Thomas Dudek in fourth, Billy Strange for fifth position. Currently sitting where they started. Brandon Skinner in 6th, Wayne Roberts in 7th, David Blair is in 8th, Rob Melnick in 9th, and Jeremy McLam is in 10th position. If we take a look behind them for the rest of the top 15, we have Chris Generelli, Brandon Carl, Sean Cole currently up 5 positions from the start, doing well in 13th, Jerry Watson and Tony Morano Jr. in the 323 is locking down that top 15. These guys have been racing extremely well so far today. Let's actually take a look and see if we can put a little bit of a shine on some of our other drivers today. Andrew White in the number 3 car, holding down that 20th spot. Doing fine, just keeping her clean and easy. I'd imagine at this point getting worried about becoming traffic. You know how that is. Looks like he's got about 6 seconds or so before that becomes a thing. As far as the relative says, Damon Robinson in the 16 car, currently in 19th position. Bobby Johnson in the 84, currently up high as Kenneth Eaststep in the number 11 makes a pass there for 17th position. Little fights in the back going on. And wait till we get past the pit car so it stops getting stuck like that. There we go. Tony Morano Jr. Now in 14th. Jesse Fox in the 69. Giggity. Giggity, giggity, old man. Giggity, giggity, go. Get her done. Moving up to that top 15 position right as we take a look. Sorry, Tony. Sorry for rooting against you. But his 69's on his car, Tony. I'm sorry. Jerry Watson in the number 17 car is moving up 14th position. Again, Sean Cole in the 39 in 13th position. And of course, you guys type in !multi if you'd like to watch both of the streams. Currently, I do have KA Sim Racing in there. That's Amir Assad. You guys know him from the 3 Wide broadcast. You can just delete his name from the URL, and it will give you just the 2. Apologies for screwing up the link today. Just something that I had set up for Sunday's races. And let's move ourselves up further. Brandon Carl in 12th position in the 77. Weifu ahead of Weifu at the moment. Sean Cole up 5 positions in 13, looking to catch up to that other Weifu. Chris Generelli is up there in 11th position. Jeremy McLam currently on the top with David Blair down below. Look at that. We got ourselves some damn near 3 wide going. The number 8 of Jeremy McLam moving up to the outside, looking down to the inside. Doesn't really have much space to go. The 27 backs off a little bit of a cluster going on for the top 10 here. David Blair getting pushed out to 11th at the moment as we take a peek. And the 27 of Chris Generelli going down low. The number 8 of Jeremy McLam cutting down to make sure he holds that position and also gets past Rob Melnick if he can. These guys have quite a bit of a shakeup going here. That's the 27 back in. Generelli pushing hard on the door of the 34, Rob Melnick. And again, you guys have Jeremy McLam up in front of these guys. Little shake-ups going on. David Blair's not done yet. A bit of sparks flying as he comes into that corner, but he's pushing hard trying to get up on these guys. That's a good exit. He's sitting in draft. You're going to see some fighting, I'm sure. David Clymer's got his lead back. Sorry we missed it. I apologize for that. I can see it on our relative, though, so just an update for you guys. David Clymer has indeed got his lead back, as Mark Michkowski's in behind him as we watch this battle unfold for 10th position. Let's move ourselves back up again, see how close these guys are. Thomas Dudek in 4th position, Joe Hildinger, Mark Michkowski, and David Clymer with the lead. They're quite a bit closer together than they were when we left them to check on the rest of the field. Looks like we got ourselves the traffic. Perfect time to tune in. David Clymer on the inside, Andrew White holding up top. Damon Robinson also going to be involved as we come through this corner. David Clymer down low. Mark Michkowski looking to get a run, but he's going to have to go to the inside there. Make sure he tucks below the number 16. These lap cars looking to hold the outside. Clymer down low. Michkowski up high. They did get door by door for a second there. Michkowski holding the wider line there. Just coming to a close of lap, or coming on to lap 30 of 85 here. Getting close to the halfway part as we start to see our first bit of traffic. David Clymer coming out on top, Mark Michkowski in second, Joe Hildinger for third. Billy Strange now up into 4th with Thomas Dudek right behind him. Damon Robinson and Andrew White, the traffic that's being dealt with at the moment. Wayne Robertson a bit of a sandwich. Doing his best, I'm sure, to get up ahead there. Let's keep our eyes on the leaders for a moment. David Clymer looking to catch up on Bobby. Oh, he does catch that wall. That can't be good. 6 seconds before they catch Bobby Johnson here. Michkowski's going to get him on the outside with that wall touch. Joe Hildinger, he's got a pretty good run too. We could see him get that pass. All depends on how much draft Clymer's about to get and how much damage that gave him. Hell of a race today, guys. Hell of a race. Mark Michkowski currently with the lead, up 2 with that mistake out of Clymer. Clymer's had a couple mistakes from the look of it. I wonder if that's what happened to Joe too. I'll have to look back and see at some point. Ask the guys when we talk to them in chat. Clymer using all of the track on that exit, going a lot higher than Michkowski was there a lot earlier, pushing the car. Tight in that draft. I guess it's probably the draft being less downforce too. You push more. Dirty air and whatnot. Billy Strange currently in 4th, followed close behind by Thomas Dudek, Joe Hildinger, David Clymer, and Michkowski for the podium. Been good so far, 33 laps of 85. A nice, clean, good-looking race thus far. We should start see some of the pit strategies coming out as well now. Well, a little bit of wiggle out of Clymer there, but nothing. Nobody's mixing anything up just yet. We do have the traffic coming up though. Clymer going to be looking for some opportunities. He's holding lower through the corners than Michkowski. I don't know if that's a tire thing or what, but Michkowski's definitely up higher. Michkowski a little bit higher, but holding him off well. I think he just likes that high line. Kind of mentioned you can make it work for you. Here we go. Number 84 of Bobby Johnson in 18th position. Currently getting lapped by our leaders here. Mark Michkowski, David Clymer, and Joe Hildinger again for our podium. No trouble with this piece of traffic. Billy Strange and Thomas Dudek also making their way by. Wayne Roberts going to be doing so shortly, and Brandon Skinner, the last one with his eyes on the lead pack, having just made it past Andrew White here in the number 3 car in 19th position. Looks like Andrew actually did gain one. Somebody might have pit though. You never know. We'll take a look as we move ourselves forward here. Traffic getting dealt with in the background as we scroll up to our leaders. Mark Michkowski holding it down strong, up 2 positions from his start, looking to try to get himself a win here today. As far as tire choices on these ones go, I believe that Mark has limited the tires. I'm not sure if they went with 1 or 2 sets for today. You have to take a quick look and see, again, twitch.tv/Simpit Live. Sean Cole is in the race, actually currently up 7 positions, sitting in 11th, doing extremely well. Sean Cole is. You guys could ask him if you're curious. Michkowski does indeed have tire limits going. I believe there's probably only one for this one. That would make sense, I'm thinking, because it is a fairly short race in comparison. They've lost a lot of pace, though. We're down to 34s now, as we hit lap 37 of 85. Again, here at Kentucky Speedway. 4th race of the ARCA series. David Clymer looking to continue getting them wins, but it's going to be hard with Mark Michkowski out in front and determined not to let him by. And if E-Step in 17th position, starting to see the deeper bits of traffic here. And this could be interesting now as we start to see some of these other guys. When we get closer to that top 10, if these guys start to lap them and we're still running clean, which could be the case on a race like today's, we could see some interesting stuff going on, because they're going to have battles on battles as Clymer and Mark do their best to get this lead. Billy Strange now up 3rd position. He did get that pass. He's up 2 from his start. Billy Strange is doing an excellent job today. Not starting from the back. Him or Brandon Skinner, both of them doing fairly well. Skinner still holding down 7th. And again, Strange up to 3rd now on the podium. Joe Hildinger dropping back to 4th. Down 2 positions from the start. Kelski doing just an absolute boss job there with his lead. Take a quick look at our top 15 once again for you guys. Mark Michkowski currently in the lead. David Clymer in 2nd. Billy Strange rounding out the podium. Joe Hildinger and Thomas Dudek for the top 5. Wayne Roberts in 6th. Brandon Skinner in 7th. 8th position is Chris Generelli. Jeremy McLam in 9th. Brandon Carl for 10th. Sean Cole, currently the mover for the day, up 7 positions to 11th. David Blair is in 12th, followed close behind by Jesse Fox, Rob Melnick, and Jerry Watson. Again for the top 15. We're watching the battle right now. Mark Michkowski sitting roughly 7/10 in between him and Billy as well. Oh, sorry, Clymer is sitting in between, about 7/10 between Billy and Mark in the center at the moment. But again, we should see pits coming out soon. Lap 40 of 85. Do we see do we see the early pits, or do we see the late pits? We'll have to find out here. Let's take a quick look at chat. Hi, Kath. How you doing? Hopefully, if you refresh, everything is fine. I just forgot to hit enter. There we go. David Clymer in. As we start to talk about it, lap 40 on the nose. Is that going to be the time? Just before the half. Good day, Twiggy. Hope you guys are well. Thank you for the heads up. David Clymer in the pits. Here we go, boys. We're going to see where it shakes up. Alright, here we go. This is what we're waiting for. Clymer coming out currently in 15th position. Watching for the other guys to see what happens here. Clymer pulling out. Again, he's in the 242 car. Been in 2nd or the lead. Went down as far as 3rd for most of this race. Actually move up easily. Wayne Roberts, actually the current leader, pulling into the pits at the moment. So we have some changing going on already. Let's see, everybody's pulling in. Here we go. Yep, they all saw Clymer go in and everybody jumps in right after them. Excuse me, guys. Apologies for that. Told you I'm still a little bit sick. We're getting better. I'm not quite there yet. Alright, we do have some early pitters as well. Kenneth Eastep, Damon Robinson, and Bobby Johnson. And I saw one more there. Tony Morano Jr., all pitting in the 30s. So we'll see where everybody ends up here. Brandon Skinner currently pulling in from first. Chris Generelli, I think, is our new leader now. Here we go. Yep, Chris Generelli currently our new leader. Still out on the old tires. Sean Cole did pit lap 43, currently sitting in 4th position, so that's interesting. We'll have to see how this works out. I don't see where Clymer Climber is currently in 6th. We'll have to watch, figure out how all this shakes out as the laps go by. I'm watching to see if Chris pulls in right now. Sorry for everything being a mess at the moment, but this is it. The pits are pulling in. We're going to see it all clear up here right away. There goes Chris. Brandon Carl also out, 2nd position. We'll see where these guys all end up. Joe Hildinger ran a 32.553, first fastest lap of the race. That is a purple lap, fastest lap of the race, not just for him, but for anybody on the track. Brandon Carl opting to stay out a little bit longer. We'll see how this works out for him. Let's move ourselves back through the grid here. Sean Cole. Looks like he's currently pulling out of the pits. Starting lap 44. Jeremy McLam coming out as well. I see Climber. Here he is. Mark Michkowski and Climber. Climber's ahead of Michkowski. Here we go. This is it. We're going to find out, but I'm pretty sure that Climber just juked the lead out of Michkowski if he can hold it now. They're going to be dealing with traffic for the rest of this race. So we'll see how it goes, and we'll also have to see if that last 5 laps impacts them. Michkowski opting to pit on 41. Not going to have that much better tires. Brandon Skinner, Chris Generelli, though. Sean Cole as well, all lap 43, and close enough that they might be able to make something happen based on traffic, at least getting themselves in the top 5. We'll have to see how the battle between Climber and Michkowski works out. We also have got Billy Strange going to be in that mix. There he is there. You can see him just at the back of the camera when it looks back. David Robinson in between Mark Michkowski and Climber at the moment. Climber with a dominating 1 second lead at the moment. Billy Strange is 2.5 behind Michkowski. Again, they've all finished their pits now, though. So we're going to have to watch and see. Apparently have to block bigfollows.com to get those bots to stop. Alright, that was a quick message towards chat. Alright, Sean Cole with his fastest lap of the race last lap. So he's happy with his new tires. David Climber demanding lead at this point. Mark Michkowski getting by Damon Robinson now. Billy Strange and Joe Hildinger in quite the fight. Hildinger was doing extremely well earlier on in the race, and then dropped back. I'd imagine had a small amount of damage, maybe a little tickle with the ball. Now that's going to be fixed. He's going to be running strong. We'll see if he manages to get himself back up into 2nd or 1st. He does have the potential to win this one. He was leading Climber for a good while there. These guys are pretty spaced out, though. That early pit out of Climber might be the one that takes it. It's all going to depend on that last 5 laps, whether or not he manages to hold Mark off. Lap 50 now, just about coming up on the back straight of 49. Again, there's 85 laps, so we are officially over halfway in our race today. And David Climber, the man that's been dominating the season, continuing to dominate here at Kentucky. What a legend. Foley pole, stay pole. Mark Michkowski up 1 position, currently in 2nd. Looking back, we have Damon Robinson currently trying to get out of the way. So he's got Billy Strange and Joe Hildinger, 3rd and 4th respectively, working their way around him. Thomas Dudek in 5th. Wayne Roberts is in 6th. Brandon Skinner in 7th position. Andrew White is 18th. Chris Generelli for 8th. Sean Cole up 9 positions to 9th. The legend that is the Simpit, Sean Cole, moving himself up to 9th position. Well done, Sean. If you guys are watching both streams, make sure you give Sean a big ol' congratulations and a well done for his job so far. Hopefully he manages to keep it up and get himself up a few more positions, because he is doing great today. Looking good. Moving back behind. Dave Blair up top. Jerry Watson down below. Always love to see Dave Blair getting himself into a bit of a fight in that 36 car. Pushing wide and holding it down from the looks of it. He does got that top 10. Well done, Dave. Jerry Watson, you too, buddy. Good fighting. Good job to all the drivers today. Very nice, clean racing from everything that we've seen. Rob Melnick for the 12th position. Jeremy McLam for 13th. Brandon Carl in 4th. And Jesse Fox in the 69. It's not a Scooby car, and it's been confusing me. In 15th position. Back to our leader once again, David Climber in with a 33.251 for that last lap to Mark Michkowski's 33.149. I don't know if he's opting to keep the tires or what exactly he's doing, but it does look like he's riding high at the moment in comparison to where he was when he was really pushing. So we will have to watch and see. Moment to check in with the chat tactician. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Many thank yous. Many thank yous and welcome. Once again, bros, these are the Simpit Oval Series broadcasts, specifically the ARCA season, the Simpit ARCA series. I do these every Friday night for the Simpit. Mr. Sean Cole, we upload them to the Simpit crew at youtube.com/the Simpit crew. If you guys aren't already following the Simpit crew, but you are a follower of the Simpit, you're missing out. Simpit crew channel is basically for all of the crew members to kind of stay connected. We're starting to get more and more put out there as far as videos from the crews racing. So these broadcasts go up there. I got the Simpit Rally cast as well, my stages, and some rambling in between going up there. Dave Blair does quite a bit of content. Amir Assad, who you also know from the Free Wide podcast, does some stuff up there as well, so definitely worth taking a look at, and we appreciate it. And of course, you're supporting Sean Cole. What a legend. David Clymer still holding it down as we finish out the shoutouts. Mark Michkowski, second position, up one. Now Joe Hildinger still down one, but he did manage to get ahead of Billy, and he is holding him down as well, actually doing a really good job. Billy holding down fourth position, though, which is still good. Still good. Thomas Dudek currently in fifth, followed closely behind by Wayne Roberts. A couple lap cars behind them, David Robinson and Kenneth Estep going at the battle, trying to get find out who's going to hold down that 16th. Looking like Kenneth's going to get it if he keeps up the way that he's driving. David Clymer still holding it down. I'm trying to keep an eye on our leaders because I don't want to miss anything. Lap 55 of 85. About to come to a close. Getting on lap 56 again here at Kentucky. Looking good, these drivers are. No cautions today, and we're beyond the half. So at this point, I mean, even if you get one or two before the end, they've done good. Been good racing. Starting to see groups of traffic. Here we go. This is what we were talking about earlier. We're now seeing the top 15 where we have guys battling in groups of 4 or 5 or more, as well as other bits of traffic sprinkled in between. Traffic on traffic. The trafficception, if you will. And we are going to start to see some battle in here. Let's get ourselves an in-car as we are driving with the man and legend, David Clymer. He's probably got a rim just like that one on his car at the moment. Big old round boy. You know Clymer, you know he switches them, right? Not too close to the wall there, that's just surprising him, but he widens it out before he comes in. Kind of watching his line there as he holds that second line up, not quite dipping low. Imagine trying to make sure he keeps his tires as easy as possible. Probably comfortable with those 33s for now. Michkowski is 1 second behind him at the moment, so not too worried, I'd imagine. Looking at that traffic, probably trying to plan his way. You can see Jesse Fox and Rob Melnick having themselves a little battle for the top 15 there. He's feeling to come in and mess it all up. You can see Michkowski in that mirror on the left-hand side, creeping up, creeping up. He's been running quicker times by a 10th or two every lap this last little bit here. 33.5 to his 33.6 last lap. Let's take a look at this one. Number comes through with a 33.7. Michkowski comes through with a 33.5. Still a couple tenths faster. Michkowski's creeping up on you, Clymer. What are you going to do? Maybe he sees it. He pulls down lower on this one than we saw on the last time around. We'll have to watch and see if this is a quicker lap. Maybe that's what he's doing, is just watching, keeping his eye on it. Relative gets down to 5/10, push for a lap or two kind of thing, you know. Pretty well same line there. A little bit deeper on the throttle. Here we go, lap times. 33.8 for David Clymer and a 33.6 for Michkowski. So Michkowski is indeed catching up, 10th by 10th, bit by bit. Here we go. Jesse Fox looking on the inside. Not quite able to get the pass on Melnick there. We're really getting close to the traffic now. Gonna get that suck, that drafty draft. Here at Kentucky Speedway. Again, we're doing the Simpit ARCA series broadcast here every Friday night, uploaded on Saturday mornings for the Simpit crew channel. David Clymer holding in the draft on Melnick there. Probably a smart choice. Gets himself a little bit of extra speed, a little bit less tire wear, not having to dive down low. Now going to do the same with Jesse Fox, I'd imagine, as he goes real low on Melnick to get the pass there. Makes it thick. Michkowski now going to have to choose how he gets by. You can kind of see what's going on there if you keep an eye on the mirror. Michkowski already looking to the inside, but now dropping ahead of Melnick, as Melnick gives him the position nice and easy. Jesse Fox staying up high. Climber's going to go a little bit lower than normal on this one. Let's get ourselves out to the outside camera as we can see Michkowski now real close behind me, and Mark actually going to be able to capitalize a little bit there as David Climber's held on the inside. Jesse Fox keep making that track just a little bit tighter, but for both cars in the long run, I think Michkowski did manage to get the better run out of that bit of traffic, though. He is right on Climber's bumper, pushing him out of the corner as we come onto the back stretch. We are on lap 62 of 85. There are still a good few to go. This could be an interesting battle, just about down to the 20 left to go. If you're curious and you're bad at math like me, I estimate. All right, almost 20. Here we go. How many laps left? About a few. David Climber leading, doing well. Mark Michkowski in behind him in the number 18 car, looking to do a good race today. This guy's been doing well all the last few seasons, but not doing so well in this one, so I'm sure he's doing his best to show up today. On the inside, we see the traffic of, I believe that's Andrew White, letting everybody by. Probably worried with the leaders, just wants to be as clean as possible. And we have a battle going indeed, so it's good to see. Climber down low, Michkowski down low. Michkowski a little bit lower on his exit, later to go up high. A little bit later on his turn in, but maybe going for a better run through. We saw how Michkowski held that outside the last time these two were together. Looking low at the moment, decides to go up high again. A little bit late, right before the entry to the corner. Jesse Fox just giggling away in 14th position, holding that draft, trying to maybe see if he can get up to 13th position using these two. Looking like a good battle thus far. David Climber holding it down. Michkowski is not done yet, though. These boys slowing down now, running 34.1s. They were running 33.5 only a moment ago. Lap 65 in the books just about here as we come onto the back straight. Again, 85 laps here at Kentucky. Appreciate you guys for coming to hang out. One last reminder as we get on to the last third or so of the race, the last quarter or so of the race, rather, to drop a like and subscribe and stuff like that for the Simpit Crew channel if you're not already. And if you can, share these as well. I know lots of people enjoy doing the oval stuff, and we appreciate it if you guys share it because it helps other people find the Simpit who don't necessarily know that for Inside Sim Racing closed down, or think that Inside Sim Racing is still a channel or something like that. They don't know that Sean is doing his own thing, and they don't know, even if they do necessarily, that there is a Pit Crew channel, which also goes towards supporting the man Sean Goal. Ostrike, thanks for coming, appreciate it, bros. And we are now on lap 67 as we come across the checkered line. 85 laps on 67 done. Michkowski getting close. He's got that run. He's right on Climber's bumper. Does he dive to the inside? He does not. But he was close on that exit. Buggity buggity indeed. Getting up close to that traffic again. Take a quick read through on our top 10 real quick as these guys fight it away. David Climber in first position. Mark Michkowski for second, up one from his starting position. Joe Hildinger down one into third. Billy Strange up one for fourth. Wayne Roberts up two for fifth. Thomas Dudek is down two for sixth. Brent Skinner down one for seventh. Chris Generelli holding down his starting position in eighth at the moment. And the man Sean Cole is our mover for the day. Again, you guys check out twitch.tv/YouTube live for his perspective of the race. But he's up 9 positions, 9 for 9th. Doing good, Sean. Well done. Good to see you having a good race. Jeremy McLam in 10th. Jerry Watson for 11th. Brandon Carl for 12th. David Blair for 13th. Rob Melnick for 14th. And the 69 Giggity Jesse Fox in 15th position, up 4 from his start. Also doing pretty good there. And we like to see these guys all moving around, and it's good to see lots of green up arrows. You know what I mean? Again, twitch.tv/SimpitLive. You got it. Also, !multi in the chat will give you the multi-stream link. You can just delete KA Sim Racing from that URL, and it will make it 2 instead of 3. My bad there. I have that set up for Sunday morning because we have a Simpit Road Series race on Sunday morning after my solo endurance event. So you guys know that that's coming. That's why that link is there. And again, this one here is the Simpit ARCA series. running the ovals. The round boys turning left, going strong. Buggity, buggity, buggity. These boys love some racing. And David Clymer out here just absolutely dominating this season. Again, we're on race 4, lap 70 of 85, getting down to that 15 to go here as we finish up the 70th. And Clymer is still holding it strong. He's moving up top, though, and Mark Michkowski's got that inside. We could finally see it with 15 laps to go. Michkowski looking down low. They have a lap car up in front of him. That's the 17th position of Damon Robinson. And Michkowski and Mark make contact. What has happened here? No yellow, but I'm still going to back it up to take a quick look and see what exactly happened there from the inside. Oh, Mark just drifts up a little bit. Clymer's not really given the space. Yeah, Mark pushes up. They get hooked, maybe a little net code in there. And then that's going to end it. Those poor buggers. All right, let's get back live again. We don't want to miss them. One of them's going to be super damaged. Let's take a look. Clymer dropping positions like crazy, dropping down like crazy. Mark dropping down like crazy as well. 35,887. Clymer did a 37,245 on that last one. We'll have to watch and see how this works out. That's some incidents in the last races. 72 of 85, less than 15 to go here. And we have our first crashing that we actually get to see. Nobody actually causing the yellow flag. I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse for these boys out here. I'd imagine Clymer probably was hoping for a yellow flag at that point. He's holding down second position in the moment. Mark Michkowski up top in first. I know he likes to win, but I know he doesn't like to win with incidents, I'm sure, when he looks back. He might not be happy. Or he'll come tell me I'm an idiot. Maybe he was doing something different than we thought. He knows more about oval than I do, so I'll let these boys duke it out and talk it out later. Mark Michkowski leading at the moment. Clymer holding down second. Joe Hildinger's going to be looking for third, and I think with all the damage that Clymer's carrying, Hildinger's going to have it. 74 laps down. Keeping our eye on Clymer at the moment. He ran a 34.669 that last lap to Joe Hildinger's 34.4, so it's a close race, but I do believe that Joe has it. Is Billy going to be able to catch up is going to be the real question. How many positions is Clymer going to lose? Lap 74 of 85. Getting ready to come to a close here as they come across the start-finish line. 75 in the books. Here we go. Joe's pushing up high, going down low. Clymer not really doing a lot of defense. Yeah, we know Clymer can take a tighter line through there. He's probably just staying up, kind of like half defending a bit. He knows he's damaged. Defending enough that like Joe has to find a way around him, you know. I'd imagine he's not going to be super aggressive with it though. 10 laps to go is a good bit, and that's what we got. Lap 75 just about coming done here as Hildinger dives to the apron for the pass on the 76. Here we go. Billy Strange now looking to catch up as well. Michkowski at this point just running away with it. Very little damage to his car. Clymer definitely came out with the part of my leg with the shit end of the stick. That front left is just beat up. Billy Strange going to be looking for the move now. Get himself up onto that podium. There he goes. Clymer staying up high. Billy down low. Mark Michkowski, Joe Hildinger, and Billy Strange are our new podium. Lap 77 of 85. Just about done this race here. Keeping our eye on Clymer at the moment as he struggles to keep himself up and in that top 5 positions. There is still enough time. Wayne Roberts could catch up and could sneak in there. Roberts running a 34.7 last lap. Clymer with a 35. It's definitely within the realm of possibility. Clymer, I think now at this point, just looking to hold Billy's draft for as long as possible. Keep that suck and keep himself in the 34s for as long as he can. That's a 34.9 there. He might be able to do it. We'll have to see. Wayne Roberts with a 34.4. Gonna be hard on Clymer to hold it. We're watching here. Roberts 2.2 behind at the moment. Let's just keep our eye on Clymer. and hope that he can get her figured out. Sad way to go. You don't like to see it. You just don't like to see it. Yeah, he drops back now. 2 seconds from Wayne Roberts to Clymer, though I think Clymer's going to manage to hold it. We're on lap 79 of 85. Rob Melnick in the lap car up there, just staying up top. Actually running pretty strong, though, so. Melnick pit on 66, so he's got newer tires. Move ourselves back up here real quick. Take a look at our man Michkowski and run through our top 15. A little bit of a somber attitude towards the end of this one. I have to apologize, but I hate seeing that. You know, it sucks. I'm sure it was an accident, of course, but one of those things, like, you had a really good battle going and they split up and you're just slowly watching Clymer sink back, and I hate to see something like that. Doesn't matter who it is that you're watching, you don't like to see it. 81 in the books. Here we go. Mark Michkowski up 2 for the lead. Billy Strange and Joe Hildinger currently battling it out, actually. Let's go take a look at that for the 3rd and 2nd positions. David Clymer in 4th. Wayne Roberts for 5th. Thomas Dudek is in 6th. Chris Generelli, Brandon Skinner. Sean Cole, again, the mover for the day, in 9th. And Jerry Watson around your top 10. Brandon Carl, Jeremy McLam, David Blair, Jesse Fox. Rounding out the top 14. I want to leave it on this battle, so I'm not going to catch our 15th at the moment. But we'll take a look in just a moment as we come across here. Lap 81 is done of 85. We're on lap 82 now. This is the Simpit ARCA series here at Kentucky Speedway. Been a heck of a race today. We had a lot of 2 wide for multiple laps. Again, just unfortunate to see how that battle for the lead kind of spaced out. We do have a little bit of fighting going here, though. If Joe can manage to get himself back in there. Looks like there's a bit of a mistake that happened, though, as Billy is getting quite the lead on Joe at this point. I think Billy's pretty secure with that 2nd position. Must have been saving tires or something along them general lines, because he is boogieing on out of there at this point. Now we have the opportunity to look back in the field. Rob Melnick rounding out our top 15. David Robinson, Kenneth Estep, and Andrew White. Brings back to 18th. Take a look, see if we can see the rest of the field. We can indeed. Bobby Johnson and Tony Morano Jr. For all the boys that are out today. Sean Cole currently in a battle with Skinner for 8th position. Looking to get that 10th one on the board. Let's see if he can do it. Keep an eye on him. Once again, Simpit live on twitch.tv. For the man, the legend, the Sean Cole. Y'all know the Simpit. He's a boss. He's the reason why we're able to do these series. Of course, Mark Michkowski, you want to thank for putting them on, but if it weren't for the Simpit and the community behind it, all of you beautiful guys and girls, guys and girl probably. Oh, Sean Cole in the wall! Oh, the commentator cursed Sean Cole touching the wall. Brandon Skinner going to be looking for a move up behind him. We're on lap 84. We've only got 2 left to go. Brandon Skinner real close now. Sean Cole and Brandon providing that little bit of end of the race action for us, as we know the leaders are all spaced out at this point. Sean Cole doing an absolute mad lad job there with the defense after the wall touch. He's doing fine. Lap 84 coming to a close as we come through 3 and 4. And 1 lap left to go. That said, let's get quickly up on our leaders here. We want to watch him cross the line on the last one. Mark Michkowski with the lead as we come through, and he is our winner for the day, Mark Michkowski. There we are. Congratulations, Mark Michkowski, Billy Strange, and Joe Hildinger on your podium positions. David Clymer still with a 4th. It sucks to see it end that way, but well done, Clymer. Good pushing, good fighting. Wayne Roberts doing his best to catch up. He was close there in 5th. Thomas Dudek for 6th position. Chris Generelli for 7th. Get back here to Sean Cole in 9th. He did manage to run away from Skinner as we took a look away from them there. And everybody has now finished for our top 10. Let's get the official status up so I can read it properly here. A little Race Labs thing kind of covers things a little bit. It's actually easier to look at it without it. There we go. Thanks, Tony. I appreciate it, buddy. Sad to see you decided to opt out of most of this one here. Mark Michkowski, GG for the win on this one. Again, Mark Michkowski. Billy Strange in second, as Michkowski does our leader burnouts for us. Full Marco go. The Hildinger of the Joe variety. Joe Hildinger in third position, rounding out the podium. Good battle today for the top 5, all of them. Again, Mark Michkowski, Billy Strange, Joe Hildinger, David Clymer, and Wayne Roberts, rather, for our top 5 today. Thomas Dudek, Chris Generelli, and the mover and shaker of the day, up 10 positions, Sean Cole for 8th position. Brandon Skinner and Brandon Carl in 9th and 10th, respectively. Jerry Watson, Jeremy McLam, David Blair, Jesse Fox, Rob Melnick, Damon Robinson, Kenneth Eastep, Andrew White, Bobby Johnson, and Tony Morano Jr. for the 20 cars today. Was a good race. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, those of you guys on the YouTube land, please, if you could be so kind, to like, subscribe, share, and subscribe. This is a Simpit. I'm Devin Booth. Thank you guys for coming, and we will see you on a track.